Hey guys, thank you for stopping by. If you're new, welcome to our channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. We are unboxing our Daughter of Moon crochet wig collection today. So if you are thinking about ordering one or if you've already received yours, this video is for you. Our wigs come pre-twisted and we use a synthetic fiber that can be curled under low heat. So we'll show you how we do that. If you haven't already, go ahead and take a moment and subscribe, give us 2 thumbs up, and comment below. Let's get started. The health of your hair matters to us, so be sure to cleanse your hair and moisturize before applying your new unit. You can braid your hair down or pull it back in a ponytail. Just make sure to leave a center part with either options. If not, just grab a friend and have them braid down your hair for you. Remember, you still have the option to pull your hair back in a ponytail, but if you intend on installing your new unit, 2 to 8 rows of braids is best. The more braids you have, the more your scalp will show through the unit, which will give it a more realistic look. The more braids you have, the more parting options you have as well. I wouldn't exceed more than 8 braids, however. And don't worry too much about the messiness of the braids. It won't matter as much. So now we are going to pin the hair up so that it's off the back of the neck. This is probably the simplest way I like to pin, and it looks kind of cute. If you wanted it as a style, you could kind of do that. So there's a difference between hairpins and bobby pins. I like to use hairpins. It slides in much easier and I feel like it's safer for the hair. So a quick recap, 2 to 8 braids is best. I prefer to use hairpins over bobby pins, and the brand I use is Annie. And make sure to have a center part right down the middle of your head. To untwist, all of our units come with a tag on the center back. I like to untwist on a mannequin head, but that is up to you. You are more than welcome to untwist on your own head. With the center part defined, we are going to show you 2 ways of putting on your wig unit. The first way is to untwist the entire wig unit and then applying it onto your head. The second way is to install your unit fully twisted and then untwisting on your head. We'll show you in more details how that is done. So this part is totally optional, but I like to wrap my ends of my twists around a curling wand to give the curls a little bit more of a pop before untwisting. The curls are then formed by applying a minimum amount of heat around the wand and the hair. Place the wand in between the flat iron and press gently. Be sure the heat does not exceed more than 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Here's a close-up. Continue this wrap and press method all the way through the entire unit. Wrap the hair around the wand. Press and hold your flat iron for no more than 2 seconds as you rotate the wand around so that the heat is applied to the entire curl. Once you're satisfied with the curl formation, go ahead and untwist, starting from the bottom and working your way up to the top. If you come across any snags, no worries. Just gently remove by lifting the strand of hair out and continue to untwist. So now let's recap. Some useful tools are a mannequin head, a curling wand, and a flat iron at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll place the unit on her head and get started with the next step. If you are untwisting on the mannequin head, complete both sides before moving on. Creating a natural hairline is just a matter of fluffing and pinning your baby hairs down. Taking your time to focus on your baby hairs really do create the full look of this wig. Baby hairs really do add to the illusion that this unit is your real hair. There's a saying, it's easier said than done, but in this case, I believe it's easier done than said. But in a nutshell, what I'm doing is fluffing the baby hairs of the unit out so that I can take just a small portion of the very front and pin it down. This allows the baby hair of the unit to attach to your own hair. For a little added security, applying a little bit of hair gel or hair glue around your edges helps to create the illusion even more, especially if you have a unit that is not your natural hair color. What I've chosen to use on her is Got To Be hair glue. I like this hair glue because it acts like gel, where when it's time to remove it, a little bit of water takes it off completely, which is great for just taking care of your edges and making sure that the health of your hair is not compromised. I will place a link below to the Got To Be hair glue I'm using. So for a little added security, I like to pull the hair and the net forward onto the baby hair and pinning it down. This really does help to finish the look completely. So again, what I am doing is grabbing the net of the unit plus some of the front hair and pulling it forward with the hairpin and then tucking it underneath the band of the unit. To allow the gel or hair glue to dry, I like to complete this process by wrapping the baby hair up. You may use whatever you're comfortable with to do this process, but just remember, once you remove your wrap, to fluff the baby hair just a bit. Some things to remember: hairpins work excellent for laying down the baby hairs. Hair gel and hair glue are great options, and fluff your baby hairs. If you untwist it fully on the mannequin, you are complete. If you intend to sew it in, keep watching. As we mentioned earlier in the video, we are going to show you two different ways of applying this unit. The first is to place the unit on a mannequin head and untwist fully. The second way is to place the unit fully twisted onto your head and then sewing it down, which is what we'll show you how to do now. For installing your unit, adjust the wig wherever you'd like the unit to stay. And each unit has a grid that you can follow along with your needle. Sew along the grid as if you were sewing on a track. Continue this process along the entire unit, working your way from the front all the way to the back. This process secures the unit so that you can wear it 2 to 3 weeks at a time, depending on how you care for the hair. The most important thing to get out of this process is to leave the twists twisted so that the sewing process is much easier and that you can see everything and not have the fullness of the hair taken over. I think this process could be recorded with a little bit more clarity and details, so I will do another video on just installing. So stay tuned for that, guys. Now that the 1/2 is fully secured on her head, we are going to untwist. And this process took me about 7 minutes. To see her final reaction and her final look, click the next video. To stay up on new videos we will be posting in the future, make sure your notification for our channel is turned on. If you haven't already, take a moment to subscribe to our channel. If you like what you saw, hit that like button. We'd really appreciate it. We'd love to hear from you, so comment below. What are your thoughts on the process, and what are your thoughts in regards to wearing wig units, period? Let's start a conversation. Thank you again, guys. Until next time.